Hey everybody, welcome to Board Game Heaven. In this episode, I'm going to do an unboxing of the Uncounted Horrors expansion for Deep Madness by Dimension Games, along with these two boxes, which have a couple of epic monsters, the Penitent and Forsaken, and the Devourer of Worlds. So let's quickly open them up and see what's inside. The Deep Madness Uncounted Horrors expansion by Dimension Games. The front of the box has some dark, strange artwork, creature, and on the back of the box there's more of that art with a little bit of text here and the contents. So these are the Kickstarter exclusive stretch goals that were unlocked during the campaign. So let's take a look inside. There we go. So, first of all, we have a booklet here, Uncounted Horrors expansion, with an overview of the components, some of the figurines, additional rules, special cards, and here is another Dawn, which is another scenario to play, an exclusive scenario, and that is everything that is in the booklet. We have a plastic envelope here with some extra tokens and a tile. So let's take a look at the tile first. So we have here a kind of a walkway with some pentagrams and stuff all over here, some strange markings, and both sides are exactly the same, so there's no difference. Okay, so we have that. Then we have this punch board with a character here with some +1 tokens. This is an arm, it looks like, a mechanical arm. Some of these counters that you also find on the dice, these faces. So we get those. Here is those should be in here, like that. They always make really nice inserts that hold everything in place. So as you can see, so that's pretty cool. Let's take a quick look at the cards. Let's see. There we go. So we've got some new equipment. We've got ice pickaxes, a sledgehammer, a revolver, scattergun, self-destruct system, and some more cards here. The Kickstarter squad, the KS squad, and some more of these cards. So those were all unlocked during the campaign. We have some character and monster cards as well. Let's take a look at those. So we have here Amanda Weaver, Charles Ryan in the minor suit, Dakota Jansen, David, Jacob Clark, Pris, Stephen Cooper with his trusty crowbar, and some monsters. So we have the Thirster here, creepy monster, so plenty of those. We have an Atrocity, we'll see the minis in a bit, a Mutilation, and that's them. So I'll just put those back in this tray over there with these on top. And we have the bigger cards. So the remains, and they are double-sided. The Cannibal, Not sure if the two sides are different or the same. They kind of look the same. The Glutton and some of these. I'll just do that the other way around then. So we have Amanda Weaver here, her character card with some of the text here, some abilities. So I'll just quickly go through those. Some really cool artwork. So that's these cards. Alright, what else do we have? Oh, this is actually the lid that holds these cards. So that's interesting. Let me see, is this all taped shut? Yes, it is. Nicely protected. Let me see. There we go. So I better take those cards off again before I flip this around. It's a bit strange. I would have put them in here and then put the lid on top so they don't fall out like they did, but okay. So we have some extra clip-on bases here, some big ones. We have a whole bunch of these tokens. Let's have a look at what they are. So we have these little tentacle tokens that you can use to mark stuff with. They're markers and there's plenty of them. And actually there's more stuff inside. So we have a few exclusive ones. And let's see, those are all the same, right? Yeah. And we also got a kit here, but it's in gray and it's supposed to be, you know, Miss Weaver's cat. So we did get a replacement cat in brown. So now I have two of these kitties and this Devourer marker and an activation marker, I believe. So these are nice markers to use instead of the tokens, and well, we get an extra kitty, so that's nice as well. All right, so let's take a look at these monsters. So we have this guy, which is in here 3 times. A really relatively large monster, lots of detail. Humanoid in form with a hideous face, these big jaws opening here, predator-like with a long tongue. So there's 3 of those, and there's 5 of these big creatures with this biting belly that an ogre would be proud of. These big mutated feet, 2 huge arms and an extra, or actually 2 extra, you know, mouth-like tentacles sprouting from his back. Very nicely detailed, as you can see. Nice and big. So 5 of those. Then we have these more of those mouth-like tentacle things. So this is kind of like, you know, he's got 2 of them over here. It's almost like that's a creature sitting on his ass with his feet up. But, you know, lots of creepy mouth-like tentacles. Okay, so we have 5 of those. Next we have this guy. Really cool, really big abomination. Very large. About twice the size of an investigator. With this huge tongue lashing out. Also lots of detail. So there's, let me see, 3 of those in here. This is pretty cool. Here's a Cthulhu-esque statue, which is pretty cool. It has this, whatchamacallit, this stone pedestal, and on top is this tiny Cthulhu-like statue with the big wings, the tail, the tentacle face. Pretty cool. Like that a lot. Here's another monster, also very Cthulhu-like, with the tentacle face, the wings. And it looks very cool. It actually looks like it's made of stone, like a gargoyle, because of all the cracks in the skin. So that's pretty cool. It even has some, some what looks like branches or something. Like, like it's a statue that's been in some kind of forest for a long time, overgrown. Kind of has that vibe. Here's the biggest one. So this is really a messed up creature, consisting of all kinds of body parts and bones and limbs. There's a whole person here almost with well, I would say the legs, but that's a hand. 2 hands down there and a head. So that's absolutely terrifying. So we have that. Then we have the, well, let's check these first, these bombs. So we get 6 of those, which is pretty cool, just like the mines. We have these pieces of technology, which is pretty cool. 6 of those. Alright, so then the characters. Here's the guy that looks a lot like Gordon Freeman. So he has a crowbar and some sort of mining suit on, some kind of armor. Here's Miss Weaver. So there you go, with her gun in a cool looking dynamic pose. As if to say, bring it on. And then we have another character here. There we go. Also pretty cool. He's got some nice armor on as well. Nicely detailed. And here's another woman investigator. Also very nicely detailed. Alright. Can't really see what she's holding right now. Maybe some kind of communicator device. And here is someone with a gun. So you can see that there's quite a lot of detail in these miniatures. I'm pretty impressed with the quality. And here's a man with a small handheld crossbow, or yeah, whatever it is. And he looks like the guy in the armor from Deep Space, more or less. It's a nod towards that game, I guess. But it looks really cool. This backpack, this robot-like armor. And finally, we have this robot, I would say, some kind of mining suit, mining robot with a kind of a drill over there. So that's the last miniature. Okay, so that's everything in the Uncounted Horrors box expansion for Deep Madness. And these are Penitent and Forsaken, Epic Monster, and the Devourer of Worlds, which was also a Kickstarter exclusive. This one is not. Let's take a look at the box. They're relatively compact, but still big boxes for, having just a couple of miniatures inside. So 2 figures. Okay, let's open up the box. All right. Penitent. It has a couple of cards, of course, for the monsters. So let's see. I can carefully open those. All right. So we have different languages, I think. Yep. Forsaken and Penitent in different languages. So really, you're just getting 2 cards, and this one is double-sided. So I'm guessing there should be some difference here, although I can't quite find it. Oh well. Because this one has the doors on the back. But that's probably, there's a reason for that, I guess. So the big cards, the small cards, which also have these monsters on them, along with a number. So there we go. Penitent in different languages. And that's it. Okay, so Penitent only has these cards. So there are a different kind of monsters. So the Penitent with these cards, and Forsaken with the double-sided card. So let's see which is which. That's a tough one. So I'm thinking this is Forsaken. I hope I get that right. So this is an epic monster, which looks like a giant blob with these tentacles and spiky claws at the end. And it actually looks like there's a tiny figure there. So as you can see, a little female looking head and chest over there with 2 arms ending in spikes. See if you can see that. That's pretty cool. It's kind of a monstrous queen. So that's that one, Forsaken, and Penitent over here. Or is that Penitent? Well, because this one has the woman, you know, in there, and this one does not seem to, although this one has all those tentacles. So, you know, it's not always, oh wait, nope, this one has a woman on top of well. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Penitent. Tough to make out, but yeah, they both have this female body, upper torso. So, you know, connected to this giant blob of monsterly mess. That's pretty cool. With the wavy hair, as if she's underwater, which is of course very fitting for Deep Madness. So we have those 2, and then the Devourer of Worlds, Kickstarter exclusive. Which has some cards as well, of course. This one is in a little plastic envelope, which is a lot easier than those shrink wraps. So the Devourer of Worlds. And this one has the different languages as well. And this on the back. And it has the small cards as well. This has been shrink wrapped though, which is always a bit of a challenge with smaller packs of cards. Okay, so that worked nicely. And of course, it also has the Devourer of Worlds in different languages. It's got 2 cards. So 2 cards in each language. And here it is, the figure. A pretty big one. Fills the palm of my hand. Lots and lots of tentacles and mouths and tongues. So that's a pretty cool looking model. Lots of detail. Alright. So those were the epic monsters for Deep Madness. And so that was the unboxing of Uncounted Horrors along with some epic bosses for Deep Madness by Dimension Games. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe and I'll see you next time on Board Game Heaven.